All right, so episode 3 of Max Speed Podcast. I'm here with my brother Eddie.
Hey,
Once
what's
again.
up, man? Dude,
So,
thanks for having me again. Totally unexpected, but dude, the first one was fun, so I'm excited to I don't know, just talk about whatever again.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's do a little cheers.
All right, we got some Budweiser. Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I guess the first question. Well, I don't know, not really a first question, but first topic.
Yeah.
Just to kind of break the ice.
Okay.
Talk about weird dreams.
Oh yeah. We were talking about this. We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I've been having some really weird. I've been wanting to talk to you about this a little bit, and I wanted to get your perspective also. I've been having these really weird lately, like out of body experience type of dreams. I guess, Max. I guess what I can say is what happens is I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I almost I can't believe that I'm me. If that makes any sense. Like, I'll have...
What?
Yeah. Because I'll be at my house, like, alone, right? Just by myself. And it's almost one of those things where... And I don't know if this alludes to dreams or whatnot, but a certain type of feeling I get. Like, I'll wake up and I'll just kind of, like, look at my hand and I'll just be like, whoa, you know, how in all of like humanity, like nobody, like me and you are brothers, right? So like we share experiences, stuff like that. And what I'm trying to get to is like nobody will ever be able to see like through my eyes. Nobody will ever be able to have my certain type of like thinking and experiences. And like same for you. Like maybe you could like put a GoPro like in glasses or like on your forehead or something, so somebody can see what you're seeing, right? But like nobody's gonna be thinking the same thing that you are, and I just get really tripped out, almost to the point where, you know, I start to think about other people. Like, I don't know if anybody ever gets this sensation where it's like you almost like can't believe that you're like alive. Weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And I get so freaked out that I just have to be like, Eddie, just shut up and just like go to bed. Get this out of your head. Have you ever had those types of like experiences or like,
Well, yeah, but I never had them while I was sleeping or dreaming.
well, it's like after a dream.
Oh, okay, after a dream. Yeah, it's like well,
It's almost
for
like
example,
my body gets numb and I just like
Huh.
I can't feel myself. And I'm just like, whoa, I get like this weird, this really weird like sensation. It's really it's a really weird
like outer body experience.
like kinda.
Yeah,
and then since I live close to mom and dad or something, and then I start thinking like, oh, you know, like right now, you know, mom and dad are asleep, and like I wonder if they've ever felt the same way, you know, like they're so very much connected, but they're so, you know, we only possess this one little
yeah.
thing that walks on
I've
two
thought-
legs and like has two arms, and we.
Well, yeah, like I've thought about that. Like looking in the mirror, I go, like, I'm the only person who will ever experience me looking at myself in the mirror.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
Like you'll never, or vice versa. I'll never be you looking in the mirror.
Yeah, have you ever like
Or-
sat there and just stared at yourself in your own eyes? Like
Oh,
in
yeah.
in the mirror, like
Yeah, I've
sometimes,
done that before.
and
It's
you
weird.
you get like kind of creeped out. You're just like
Kind
what
of,
is
but
going-"
I'm just like, this is just weird. Like this
Yeah.
is like this is me,
yeah,
and like
and you start like picking apart certain things. You're like, you know, this is the way I look. And then do you ever do you ever like imagine what yourself looks like
On the outside,
like talking to other people, like I know we'll toenail back into dreams, but like I've been getting these.
I've thought about that. Well, not lately, but yeah, I've thought about that before. Where I'm like, what? Like, or yeah, for example, I'll never experience what I'm like on the outside,
Yeah,
like in real life.
yeah, like right now. Okay,
Yeah.
we're filming each other, right? So you'll be able to get to see what yourself looks like
Yeah, it's really weird.
through the film, right?
Yeah,
But right now, I'm myself talking.
yeah, you're looking at me,
but I'm looking at you.
and I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
But it'll never
It'll never
will
be-
never ever be reversed.
No,
Yeah, like I'll never be you, and you'll never be me. Yeah.
but have you ever had that feeling too when you're having conversations with complete strangers? You're like, I wonder how I look right now. I wonder how I feel, or like,
Sometimes,
I wonder what they're
yeah.
thinking of me.
Sometimes.
I don't know if I look stupid. I don't know if like, I just, yeah. But the weirdest thing, Max, is like, so I go through these thoughts in my mind, but for some reason I've been having these a lot more lately, like while in the middle of my sleep, and then I'll wake up and I'm just like, wow, like I'm laying in this bed right now, like I'm experiencing these dreams that nobody can ever. They might be similarities, I'm sure, with the billions of 10 billion. I don't know how many people are on this earth. There might be similarities. We can like say, oh yeah, I've had this dream where I was like on a roller coaster, and then it, like things like that. But not one single one will ever be exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. When you asked me to get on your podcast today, I was like, it's like probably a pretty cool topic to bring up, because and I wasn't sure if anybody else has ever really experienced that. More like, just the numbness feeling. It's very difficult to describe. And then I get freaked out, and I was just like, dude, just shut up and go to sleep. Like, you'll dream about something else in about 10 minutes when you go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I never thought about it when I was sleeping or trying to sleep, but I've thought about it like during the day, type like daydreaming.
Yeah.
Type of thing, but I never thought about it when I was sleeping.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like more so like the interactions with people, like let's just say you had a regular night's sleep, you might have had some dreams but you didn't remember them. Then you're on autopilot and you wake up and you go to work and you pass through all this traffic, you get to work, you interact with coworkers, maintenance guys, people on the phone, blah blah blah. But you don't think about it. But like sometimes I'm like, I find myself thinking or like seeing myself in other people's eyes type of in a way.
I've thought about that before.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
thinking, or I try to think, or I pick a person and I go like, what are they seeing?
Yeah.
Like trying to visualize what they're seeing through their eyes.
Yeah.
And like how they would view me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
It is weird. And that's why I brought up like the dreams part, because like just recent, like, and I would say like in the last year and a half, I've been having like the wake ups. Let's just call them wake ups in the middle of the night, and I feel like, and who knows, dude? It could be perfectly normal. But I just I don't know if that's attributed to something. I'm not sure.
I think it's just being self-aware. I don't know.
Yeah, you
Like
could
just like aware that you're not like aware that other people have like their own life going. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Like aware that you're not the center of the universe type of thing.
Like have you ever like like been in traffic, like when you go to work and you're so slowly focused on what's your objective? You're getting to work.
It's the
and then you just pick like a random car. And do you think those people are thinking about that? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
They're listening to the radio, morning show, whatever.
Or I always wonder. I'll pick a car and go, I wonder what like they're listening to. Like if they're listening to music.
Yeah.
Or like what type of music are they listening to? Or like are they listening to a podcast? Or if they were to listen to a podcast, what type of podcast would they listen to? Or I don't know. Like I don't know.
Or you know what sorry, this is kind of like going off a weird tangent, but have you ever been on a road trip? You're just like on a road trip and you're just driving down the freeway, and just like when you enter like a big city, just pick one little house. Like one house. Yeah. Random house. You're flying down the freeway. And it's off in the distance and you're like, have you ever thought like, dang, that house has everything in it to sustain whoever lives in there. Like they have a cupboard.
Has a whole
they have a cupboard full of
there.
food. They have beds. They have, all the stuff that's in there before. But then, but it's almost kind of like a video game. Like when you're playing like Grand Theft Auto or whatever. Like when you're like in a car and you're going really fast, and then the scenery like starts kind of blurring around you. But if you really wanted to, at any point in time, you could slow it down. Mm-hmm. You can drive up to the next thing that comes up, and like depending on how intricate the game is, you could stop at that house and like explore around it. Because there really is stuff in there, and people like are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like kind of weird. I don't know what I'm getting.
You know what
with.
that is?
I really don't know what I'm getting at there.
No, I know what you're talking about. That's called there's a what do you call it? A art definition for that. You know what that is?
No, what is it?
It's called liminal spaces.
Oh, okay. So like creates as you get closer type of thing.
No, well, kind of. So liminal spaces is what's between point A and point B. The stuff that people just don't think about. Like the freeways, the hallways, the like places where you're just passing by, and like mundane shit that people don't think about.
Yeah.
Or what else is photos of just like an empty living, like just like a picture of a living room.
Yeah.
But taken with like an average photo, kind of like gives out like, but people get like an unsettled, creepy vibe.
Yeah.
Because there's like no one there, but it's just like an empty room, and you're just like, or an empty like cafeteria, or an empty, just empty space, empty gym or something. You're just like, there's a creepy vibe to it, because it's like, this is supposed to be like a place where people like, somehow like there's supposed to be like life here, but there isn't.
Because it's not existed in your reality.
Yeah.
Like, so going like...
It gives off like a really uncanny valley feel. But those are called liminal spaces.
Yeah, so okay, so to go on that, like when I was living in California, and when I was working at the shop, South Bay Eurocar, I was one of the only people that could like drive. I had like a driver's license. So a lot of times I'd have to take these customers home because they wanted to drop off the car or something. And, Los Angeles area, there's millions and millions of people and some of them live far away, and I would take them, like drive in their car, I would take them, and then we would go like around the backside of Palos Verdes, and it's like they would go into their neighborhood where the gate would open up. Like you would never know that this house existed, whatever. And then like I just remember one time I had to like get out of the car, and I walked up to the doorway, and I just was waiting there because they had to guess something. I don't know, they had to give me something or whatever. Well, then they like open up the door, and like now all of a sudden like I was able to see into their house with all of their belongings and everything like that. And I was like, wow, I never would have thought that I would have been brought to this house that I would never in a million years see. And now like it's full, it's, you know, it has everything in there. And then like, but in their eyes, in their reality, in every single person that lives on this planet Earth that has, you know, some type of house or maybe be a mud hut or they live in, you know, wherever.
That's just normal to them.
That's their reality. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like if tomorrow we just suddenly were like in Africa and we're like, whoa, like we're in someone's mud hut.
Yeah, but
like that would blow our minds.
Belongings, like
that would be like so foreign to us. We'd just be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
but to them, it's normal.
Yeah, but do you think that in their reality that they might wake up in the middle of the night and be like, in whatever intellectual
and
feelings that
like
they have,
what it's like
they're
out
just
there.
like, wow. They look at their hand and they're like,
what a weird life.
Yeah,
it is a weird.
Know.
It is a weird life. It is.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it is. It is a weird life.
Yeah, dude. It's just. Anyways, that's kind of what I've been. That's like some weird mindset stuff that I've kind of like been in. Like.
It's funny you mentioned that. It's funny that you mentioned that because I talk about the earliest memory I've ever had. Which was waking up in the crib.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, I had that same feeling where I remember it like it was yesterday. I woke up in the crib, and I was just, like, staring at, like, a blue and white polka dot, like, padding.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it was, like, a sunny day, and I'm just, like, just laying around in the crib, just waiting for Mom. I'm like, man, like, this is the life. And then, like,
she didn't know how to speak.
I didn't know how to speak, but
you were
like
comfortable.
that was the feeling. Like that was what I was feeling. I was like, man, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then like Mom comes walking in, and she's like, "Oh, Max," and she like bends over to pick me up, and then that was all I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember it was yesterday. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, you have good memory. I can say one thing about you is like, you know,
that was my earliest memory. What's your earliest memory?
I think
even if it's just brief.
Yeah, I want to say I remember probably like maybe I was around the same age as you, maybe like I don't know, like maybe two.
Yeah, like a baby.
Yeah, probably a baby. But I remember being held. I just remember like looking up, and Grandma Gutierrez was you know, Mom's mom was like holding me, and I just remember. Like looking up, and I saw her face, and that was kind of like I was like, oh, well now I can speak for myself but before I was just like, oh, like here I am, like this is like
here I am,
like this is you know, I remember seeing her face, and I was just being held by her. Yeah, and you know, as I get older or whatever, that might manifest into something else, or maybe I start telling myself, well, was that real or was it not? You know, maybe it was. Maybe I'm just like thinking I remember that. I still remember a lot.
Yeah,
like
I
when
mean,
I
that's
up until
true.
5 years old, when we were still living in Long Beach, I remember a bunch of stuff.
I remember. I don't remember a lot, but I remember a lot of snapshot, like almost like pictures.
Just pictures, yeah.
Like pictures of like my childhood. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking like when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
or
when we were living
7.
here in Nampa.
Yeah, just like it's almost like a photograph memory, but not like a video memory.
Not
just
like it played out.
Yeah, not like a played out, just like photograph. Like
Yeah,
I
same
had
here,
some weird, just some random ass memory. I remember. I think I was like 4 or 5, and I was like looking in the closet at like this big pile of toys, and I'm thinking, like, man, my closet is a mess. And then I was like starting to think, I was like, well, I guess maybe life isn't so bad. You know, I could be living with nothing. And I was like, I don't know. I was all like happy that I thought that. I was like, I think I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's just like so random.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It
I
was
think
like one of those little moments of like reinforcing like why life is good. I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's funny how your brain remembers certain snapshots, and or like there's other things that you can remember, like if you close your eyes and you really think hard, you can actually play it out like a movie. Like your brain remembers that type of stuff. There's some things that are recent that are just still snapshots. There's stuff that's really far away that I can like. It's like rewind it back and I can play it out if I think really hard about it.
And then what's really weird is there's times when I'm looking through like photos of like last year or the year before. I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like erased from memory. Like if we had never taken a photo or video, it was like in the dustbin of history.
Yeah.
I never even remembered it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or you're like, there's no, did we really do that? You're like, oh shit, we did. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just funny how
memory is weird, man.
It is weird. It's really weird. I think you and Dad Dad can sit there and talk about.
I got to get him on.
Oh
he's at the top of the list. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to get Dad on there. He would be a great. Well.
Oh no, I got some good topics to talk about. I would ask him more about like. The first thing I would ask him is like what life was like before the internet, because he's got some great stories, you know.
Oh yeah.
About like the difference between today and, you know, just back in the 80s where you didn't have all like the internet and stuff. And it's really fascinating. I think we find that more fascinating because we lived right as the internet was starting up, and we were kind of late to the internet. I mean, or a little bit, or. We kind of grew up with the internet, but the internet was nothing when we were, you know.
It held, you know, substantially less information than it did.
Yeah, back in the 90s, you actually got pissed off if a website had a photo because you're like, oh my God, now it's got to load the photo. The photo would be like, burp, 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 burp.
Yeah.
Like, why did you update this site? You get so mad. You're like, text only.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dang. I mean, I still have Dad's old phone number from when he had the little Nokia phone, you know, with the little thing that popped up, and then the only thing that it had on it was Snake. That was it. Yeah.
And dude, that blew my mind. I was like, whoa. Even though we had the Game Boy. Yeah. I was like, you could play Snake on your phone?
Yeah.
Like the numbers were to move it.
Yeah. Anyways, dude, yeah. So anyways, that's kind of like a toenail off onto some of the stuff I like. It's just weird. You know, it was enough. Those type of like dreams or like waking out of a dream, like that type of stuff was enough for me to be like, like there must be something to this. And I don't know, maybe when you post this, hopefully some people will listen or like maybe I can get some insight or obviously I could do research on it, but yeah, I would really like to get other people's perspective on it to see if they've had any type of like experience like that.
I don't know. I think it might just be something as simple as maybe you just becoming self-aware. Like, I mean, that's a better experience than what I've had, you know, last few years when I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with our economy? That's a much worse. That's a much worse.
See, that's where
thought.
That's
a much worse thought than thinking like, oh, I wonder what it's like to be this person.
Well, me and you. That's where me and you are completely different.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, something's got to give. This economy is shit.
Man.
But eventually, I just let it go, and I'm fine now. I fall asleep like a baby.
Yeah.
Because I finally came to the realization there's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is show up to work every day and do the best I could do, and that's that. Yeah. That's that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where my focus is at. Is like, I really just. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, dude, is that a pine leaf from a Christmas tree? Stab me in the
Probably.
foot right now.
Probably.
Oh, dude, that thing like stabbed the
that's
shit out of
probably
my
from
foot.
a few years ago.
Oh my god. Dude. You need to come in here and vacuum again.
Well, yeah, there was one Christmas, my vacuum
Got
had
clogged up.
Yeah, had no suction. I didn't realize it until it really didn't have any suction. So yeah, there was one Christmas where
You know, when you're like sweeping the carpet with a broom, you're like, this is pathetic.
So yeah, it was one Christmas. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is not sucking up anything.
Yeah.
And I finally looked into it. I'm like, yeah, I need to clean the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't cleaned it out for like years,
Oh,
so
man.
it just had like no suction.
Yeah. Oh well.
So
Yeah.
that's probably what it was from.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. Like, do you want to touch on dreams anymore? Like, did you?
Yeah.
do you-
So dreams.
like, I know I had some pretty like. Well, remember I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
I had like this weird dream that I felt like could have been like a crazy like horror story.
Was it scary? Like kinda
Yeah,
creepy?
you were in it, but you freaked me out, dude. It was like you. So let me give you like the gist of it, if I can remember, because you know, like there's so much more vivid when they're in the moment, and then when you come out, then well, like you remember dreams like crazy, but so basically, you like so. Like you were like on a dating app and you found like this girl, right? That like you were like really into, and then I was like coming over to your house, like hanging out because I'm your brother. Like this is just in the dream, and then you had a friend, but what started happening is like the girl that you met on the dating app like really started like liking your friend, and what it did is it like started turning you like schizophrenic.
Oh,
like
whoa,
almost
what?
Yeah. So what ended up happening was like you just got worse and worse and like schizo, like almost like crazy. Well, then you started turning into like so bad where like you started like breaking your arms and your legs, so you're like this weird like
It's like Evil Dead. Have you seen Evil Dead?
no.
That sounds like Evil Dead. So Evil Dead, they all go into this cabin, right?
Yeah.
And they find like this like evil book, and they look at it, and it turns out to be like from Satan, or it's like satanic or something. And everyone gets infected, and everyone just starts killing. Everyone starts killing themselves in like the most brutal way.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I remember
it's
that.
like, oh man.
Well,
it's
anyways,
nasty.
like you turned into this weird, like, you know, like those creepy like movies where like their head folds back and they start like
twitching,
like start twitching, yeah, and
Oh,
they start
okay.
like almost like climbing on walls or like having like these weird like
Yeah.
ceiling stuff.
Yeah.
You like had and
Like
your
the
bones.
Grudge.
Yeah, and your bones started like you just turned into this like crazy looking monster, right? So it was like a stormy night or whatever, and I came over to like check on you, and you weren't at this house. You were at, it was like some like beach house, and when I got there, like all the lights had been turned off. Like the power went off. Like there's a storm. Well, I like go in to the house, and for whatever reason, like you found that the friend tried to go like seek this girl that you had a thing for, whatever, and the girl was at your house. Well, you had like killed the friend because
no.
it's all dark and you're just like you're
What the hell?
like crawling on the walls and like doing all this stuff. So when I get into the house, then this girl was like hiding from you because she was scared. And So then I like come walking in, and she like notices I'm there, and she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, she's like, "You have to be quiet. Like, Max isn't himself." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So she's like grabbing on me because she's scared, right? And it's all pitch black, and you start making like these weird.
Hold on. Can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
Was she hot?
Yeah, you did a good job, dude.
Okay, all right, yeah. all right.
Yeah. You did good in my dream.
Okay, wait. Was she redhead, brunette, or blonde? Oh no.
I want to say she was like a brunette or a blonde. I don't remember that detail. I don't because it's dark. I didn't know what like.
She was a dark blonde.
There you go.
Okay.
So she's like hiding under a table, and this big mansion is dark on like the side of the beach. And I come walking in, and immediately she like grabs me. She's like, "Max isn't himself," and I'm like, "What? Well, like what's going on?" And then you start making like these weird like fucking noises like
Jeez.
on the back side of the house, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So then, in my dream, at some point, like something falls on my head, like knocks me out. I'm like knocked unconscious. Next thing I know, this is in my dream. I wake up, and you had tied me tied me up.
You woke up in your dream.
No, I had been. Yeah, kinda.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember like waking up, and I'm like stuck. I'm stuck. I couldn't move. And maybe it's because where I was at last night, like
You were stuck.
I was stuck. And that conversation is between me and you because I told you about that earlier.
No.
I like simply could not move. And maybe I was like,
isn't it weird how dreams like kind of morph around your actual physical reality?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll talk about something else that like.
Yeah.
So, you had tied me up, and you tied the girl that you had tied us up both like we were tied up together, almost like in a web, like not a web, but you used like a blanket and you tied us all up. And all I could hear was like it's still pitch black, and all I could hear was you. This creepy, like you were just like walking around kind of like a spider, like just pacing back and forth, and you were gonna like kill us both. And I got so freaked out, Max. Like I was like, dude, this is. And I remember waking up, and then I woke up for real last night.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, whoa, that could have been like a horror movie. Like this
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good horror movie.
Like you were like gonna torture us, or you were gonna do something to like make her feel like she had made a mistake or something.
Oh wow.
But you were like this creature, dude. Like because you over time like got so angry that the friend had that you just like started like break. So your arms were like not the right way.
What the
And you had like these flamingo legs. Like it was creepy, dude. Yeah, I was like.
So I had a dream.
Anyways, yeah, and then it ended after that. I never got to.
I had a dream a few years ago where I woke up screaming.
Oh, okay.
Like it was that frightening.
I think I remember you telling me about.
Yeah, it was kind of similar. Like it felt like I was in a horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I felt like last night.
Yeah. So, now that I think back at it, it's
stupid.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
But so this was like 3 years ago, or I don't know, years ago. I'm like at work, just like this was back when I was working at the station, right? So I was like editing video or whatever in like the editing bay, like normal day, and then this young little like girl comes in to my editing bay. He's like, oh hey, like what are you doing? I'm like I'm editing video and stuff. She's like, oh that's cool. I'm like showing her what I'm doing, like what I do for work,
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is someone's kid that just wandered off, whatever. And then she just wanders off.
Yeah.
And then moments later, like frantic mother comes like running into my editing bay, and she's all like, "Did you encounter my daughter?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, you're gonna die tonight."
Oh my god!
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Okay." And then it was really weird because like the dream went on, but I don't remember the rest of the dream. It was like kind of like a mundane. It was almost too real. Like it was just like a mundane day. And then I remember waking up at night. Like it was like the dream just like ended, and then it like went to another part of the dream abruptly. Yeah. I woke up at night. Like it's nighttime, dark, and there's like these siren lights going through like the windows, you know?
Oh yeah.
And like Dad's all like, "Max," he's like, "we need to hide." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What's going on here?" He's like, "I can't explain." And then he's like, for some reason I'm at like Mom and Dad's house.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "I can't explain." He's like, "Hide in the bathroom. Just like close the door and just hide." I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, just like pitch black in the bathroom, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I do? Like, I'm like, I guess I'll just like sit in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting there, and then all of a sudden the bathroom door kicks open, like bam.
Oh shit.
And it's the silhouette of the little girl.
Oh dude.
And dude,
you're giving me goosebumps.
I woke up fucking screaming. I was like, dude, it was so scary. I don't even know how to describe it. I was like sweating. It's like, I was like, holy shit.
It's like those.
What the fuck was that about?
Yeah. Oh man, if I had a dream like that, it's like
I literally woke up like screaming.
Oh my god, dude, that's like, yeah, I don't like that, dude. I would have had to turn on the TV like. We're playing like a Disney movie right now.
Yeah, like I woke up and I immediately just like I opened up my phone. I'm like, okay, like this is like
obviously it was just a dream. Yeah,
this is just a dream, and I just laid there for like 20 minutes. I was like, fuck. And this was at like.
Were you living here?
Yeah, I was living here. This was the peak of the pandemic.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so this was like. Or no, it wasn't the peak of the pandemic.
No, that was only 2 years ago. How did it been before that?
Yeah, this was before the pandemic, but this was around the time when I just didn't like my job, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just super stressed out, and the origins of that dream started off at my job. I don't know. I look back at it. That probably should have been the sign to just leave.
No, I said that shit don't fucking surprise me. Although you sit in darkness and play video games that are worse than that, so I don't know how the fuck.
Oh my gosh, dude, video games.
Yeah.
You want to hear the scariest moment in a video game I've ever done or I ever played?
Yeah, sure, give it to me.
So, it's in Resident Evil 8.
Okay.
You want to just take a do you need another beer?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get another beer and then I'll continue.
Yeah. All right, so tell me about Resident Evil 8.
Okay, so Resident Evil 8. It's the most recent Resident Evil.
Okay, so there's no newer one past that. Okay.
Not yet, at least. But in this game is first person, not third person like the older ones.
Where you can see your character walking.
Yeah.
Because you have to break it up into I don't play video games, but
yeah. So Resident Evil 8, you're in first person.
Okay.
You know, like Doom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, you got the typical like villains, and I don't know. It's
hold on.
Game.
Describe Resident Evil. There's like there's zombies. Is that zombies, or is it
not
more,
in this one? Not in this.
Or is it
this
like
one,
ghosts or
no,
like
so
demons or something or what?
So Resident Evil is based on biohazards. So, for example,
like mutants. Then
yeah. So the first 3 games were based off zombies.
Okay.
And then it branched out into different biohazards like mutants.
Okay, yeah.
Monsters, not so much zombies, but just like
like just they're zombies replicate a human that has been like come
Well,
back
yeah.
to life, basically.
But that had passed because like
but
the first
mutants are like
well yeah but
they're
but the
affected
first,
by these biohazards,
the
right?
first 3 games were about a biohazard that created zombies,
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
then by the 3rd game you basically nuked a city, and then that was the end of that storyline.
Okay.
And then it branched off into like just mutants. It branched off into different like biohazard, like weapons, chemical like
Yeah, and now
like
it's like
virus weapons. You know,
now they're like they're like kind of like starting to deform. Like
like they're monsters or superhumans or you know,
yeah, they're monsters.
yeah,
okay,
stuff like that.
Okay, I get the gist.
Yeah, kind of like that. But
Okay,
anyways,
yeah.
So anyways, the eighth video game is something similar to that. Someone has a biohazard weapon, and they've created like just like superhumans, and just like
Basically, you just don't
they're
want to
just
get caught.
terrorists.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught by these guys because they're gonna just shred you up.
But anyways, they're stuck in like this village in like the mountains, so it's like in like the winter, so it's like very horror like, you know.
Yeah.
And the second part of the game, you have to fight what basically is a doll.
Oh,
That's
like
one
possessed?
of the bosses.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
A doll that's possessed or whatever.
Yeah.
So you travel to like this really like just. I mean, I'm gonna admit the house is kind of cool, but it's like this vintage like house that's looks like it's like made in like the 1800s, like this mansion.
Yeah. Just any
Yeah.
horror house. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's a really nice looking house inside, but it's from like the 1800s. But
Wow.
it's like vintage.
Yeah.
It's got like the creepy rocking chairs and shit. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I'm already out. Anyways,
And there's dolls everywhere.
so you don't know
like
which one. Yeah.
Well, you know which one it is, but it's just it's a dollhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really creepy.
yeah. Screw
And-
that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyways,
a big weenie when it comes to that type of
yeah.
shit.
So you travel down into the basement.
Of
With-
course.
Yeah. Of course, the basement. And the basement's got no windows. It's just like a straight up just basement.
Yeah.
And it's a big basement too. There's like just narrow hallways. They made
Yeah.
it like almost like maze like.
Okay.
Narrow hallways and all this it's just a creepy vibe. You get into like the center room, and there's like this big mannequin just like on this table. And and it's like a puzzle. Like you had to like complete it.
Okay.
Right? So you have to go around the basement, find the puzzles, and retrieve parts from the mannequin, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Just do shit
It's
to the
just a
mannequin.
puzzle. Yeah.
Anyways, you finish the mannequin, and then the lights go out.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the lights come back on, but it's like a dim red light, and the mannequin's gone.
Oh. Fuck.
And you're like,
All right.
what the hell?
Okay.
Like, okay. And then there's like this stream of blood that's going along like that dark long hallway that I was talking about. But
Yeah.
but the hallway's pitch black now. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
So, and you hear like this, it almost sounds like a mother crying. You know, like, what is going on here?
Screw this.
And you have
game,
nowhere
dude.
else to go but down the hallway.
Yeah.
With just like a little flashlight. You're going down the hallway, and as you're coming to the end where the elevator is, a gigantic bloody fetus comes after you, and it's like crying mama. It's like, mama.
Yeah.
It's like this gigantic fucking fetus like
Oh my-
crawling towards you. You're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Dude, I paused the game, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what do I do? I just like, I was like walking around the living room. This was broad daylight, by the way. This wasn't even at nighttime. I was just like, I don't know what to do. I sat there for like a half an hour trying to I was like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Like I was like, I don't want to get eaten by this thing. I don't know what to do. So I figured it out. Oh my god, dude, it was the scariest thing I've ever fucking experienced.
You're so funny, dude. That I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not a gamer. I don't play video games, but
Dude,
just you explaining that to me.
When you play that shit, no horror movie in the world comes close to that because you're actually playing it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, well, doesn't Resident Evil give you like machine guns or guns and like you can like shoot the?
Not necessarily. So it's a horror game. The Resident Evil games, it's more like almost like a strategy game. You get weapons and stuff, but if you don't use, you only have a certain amount of ammo.
Right.
If you use it wrong, you
deplete
can get,
it.
Yeah, you could get in a situation where you can't complete the game, and you have to start all the way over.
Yeah, because you have to use it sparingly, and then once the ammo's gone, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, throughout the game, they give you just enough ammo to where they give you.
But you have to be sparingly with it.
Yeah, it's a really tough call. It's they give you just enough ammo where you could technically kill every zombie if you wanted to, but if you can't find, here's the thing, they hide a lot of the ammo.
Yeah.
They hide it. So if you don't know exactly where all the ammo is, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's what you call a survival horror game. You know, you weigh your options. You're like, I can run past this monster or this zombie. I'm just gonna run past it.
Yeah.
I don't need to kill it.
Yeah. Yeah. To give you a little bit more for after.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you know everything inside and out, you're like, I got plenty of bullets, you know, because I know there's gonna be bullets over here. And I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the second time you play through it, the easier it is. But it's the first time you play through it, it's the unknown. That's scary, you know?
Yeah. That's wild, dude.
It's a stressful game. And not only that, but the old games, you were limited on your saves because you would have to find your ribbons.
Yeah.
Your save ribbons. So if you save too many times, then you run out of saves.
Ugh.
And then you're screwed.
Give me anxiety, dude.
It's rough, dude. But when you know what you're doing, it's a fun game. It's a fun game.
All right. Well, fair enough, dude. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's your deal. And
I love Resident Evil, and I love that, dude. I love the cheesy acting. The acting is so cheesy and dumb.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a scary, hard game, but like the cheesy acting is like kind of what, like, I don't know. It kind of gives it the charm, you know.
Yeah, man. Hold on, sorry. Let me.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, man. You definitely have more tolerance. I mean, it's good to hear you get scared because I won't even touch that stuff if I know it's going to be like that. Like, no thanks. Like I said, I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to scary movies, or like if there's a scary movie on, dude, we're finding something on Netflix that has Disney movie type of shit.
What I need to do is get you. Oh, dude, what I need to do is get you in front of the TV, have you play either Resident Evil 7 or 8, and just see how you react.
No,
and
dude,
record
no.
it. Oh man, it would be so great. It would be a great video. I think people would love it.
Hey, actually, it might be kind of cool. I'd be willing to try it. I mean, it might take me a little while, but
no, you got the basics. I tried. I'm like, Mom and Dad, try out this Resident Evil 7 game. This was years ago, you know. They're like, okay. This was back when I was living at my apartment. They're like, okay. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so funny, like just to watch stuff, you know. And Mom and Dad couldn't even figure out how to walk.
Oh, okay.
They're
well,
like,
I think I'm a little bit better.
If my character looked like a person in real life, the character would have been walking around like this.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. All right.
They couldn't figure out the two joysticks. I was like, this is forward, this is a look around. And then Dad's like,
yeah.
They couldn't even.
Well, dude, they're old.
I know, but it was so disappointing. I was like, what? It made me realize, wow, I don't know, like, there's a certain age of people who really cannot play the video games that we're playing.
Oh, they could if they wanted to.
Yeah, but like the 2 joystick thing is like foreign to them. I never even thought that was a thing. Like I thought that was just like common sense, but
wow,
not.
dude, yeah. Well, Max, it's how long you've been playing video games since you were a kid?
I know.
They're picking it up when they're in their 50s. That's an unfair.
I know. I get that. I'm really harsh. But yeah, I didn't. But at the time, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought, for some reason, I just thought people instinctively knew how to use 2 joysticks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
Apparently, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
You have to like grow into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. To me, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Right on, dude. Yeah, that's sounds creepy. Sounds creepy. Not something I'm definitely not. That's all you, dude.
That was the scariest moment in that game, but that was it.
Yeah. But yeah, last night that dream threw me for a loop. But who knows? Maybe somebody will take the idea and run with it. We'll see.
Have you ever had like a funny dream?
A funny dream?
Yeah.
Funny.
Like a dream you woke up laughing to.
Ooh, that's a tough one, dude. It's not funny at the moment. It's not funny at the moment. If anything, it's more
like,
and we've talked about this before. It's not funny at the moment when you're having the dream, but then when we talk about it, irritating. Like when you're like, remember we were talking like a while back where like you know, because we both play hockey, right?
Uh-huh.
And or do we both CrossFit, and you know, your game has already started. Like the game is going. Like everybody's playing already, and you want to get out there. You want to play hockey. You want to go to the CrossFit competition.
Yeah.
But like you
Something's
left
holding your bag.
You left something in the car, and you're like, God, okay. If I just get my skates, like, where's mom and dad? Like back at like you're like, or like, who has the keys to the car? Like
the late dreams.
Yeah, you're just like
dreams.
You're just like, I can't fucking get to the fucking game. like I'm in the locker room and I don't know why I can't put on my hockey skate. Like, what? And you can hear people cheering on the outside, and you're just like, ah, I want to play, but you never get out there.
Or you end up just watching the game with the crowd. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, you're just like, no matter how hard you try, you just cannot. Like, okay, you're ready. Like, no, where's my hockey stick? Like, oh,
yeah, and then you can't find your hockey stick.
And it's like, it's not there. Like, well, I can't play without a hockey stick. Like, this is bullshit.
The last one I remember this was a recent one, too. I was going to play a hockey game, you know. I show up. I'm like, all right, I got my gear and stuff. I'm like, I'm a little bit late, but it's okay. Like, I'm going to make it out on the ice. I'm like, getting ready. I'm like, where the fuck are my skates?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are my skates? Yeah. And then I start losing my mind. Where the fuck are my skates? I'm like, I'm going to miss the game. The first period already started. I'm like, God damn it.
You're like running around with like.
So I like run up to the front desk. I'm like, I need to rent skates. And they're like, well, they're like, here you go. I'm like, these are the wrong size. And they're like, well, we have some of these one skates, but they're really dull. We're going to have to sharpen them. I'm like, okay, sharpen them.
Yeah.
Sharpen them. And like, by the time the whole ordeal was done with,
like
I get on the ice and like everyone's shaking hands. I'm like, God damn it.
Yep. Hey, to be fair though, Max, have you ever actually played a sport in your dream?
Mm-hmm. I have. Have you?
No, I don't think I've ever gotten to that point.
I have. There was one dream where I actually had a successful hockey dream.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's insane.
and dude, I was fucking crushing it, man. I was like Wayne Gretzky. I was like making goals all over the place. I was like, fuck yeah. And then afterwards, I was like flying around. I was like, yeah. It was great. And then the other dream I had was CrossFit. I was doing these bar muscle ups like it was fucking nothing, man. I was all like, phew, phew,
Oh, man.
phew. And I'm thinking, man, I made it to the top. I'm like, yeah. And in the back of my mind going, this is almost too good to be true. And then that's when the dream ended.
Oh. Yeah. When it comes to sports, I don't think I've ever. It's either I don't dream about. It's when I dream about sports is when I can't play them.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something holding me up. Like something is like
yeah, holding you back.
Yeah, I can never, like, I'm stuck in traffic, or I can't make it on time, or somebody else like interferes, and then it just completely just like toenails or just like veers to the left, and it's like,
or the game just abruptly ends for
yeah,
no
and
reason.
then it's like, oh, like what? Like they're already taking down the CrossFit Games. Like I was supposed to be in that. Like they're taking it down. And it's like, no, put this shit back up right now. Yeah.
I'll admit, I've had more of those.
Yeah.
Those two dreams I had were the only two dreams I've had of
Yeah.
successful.
I've never
But
played sports.
I'll tell you right now, you don't feel good when you wake up in the morning because you're going, God damn it, was this a dream? You almost feel worse in the real life than you did in the dream.
Yeah.
You know, whereas when you wake up in real life, when the dream went bad, you go, okay, well,
Yeah.
it was just a dream.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I've had dreams. I've had dreams where I'm in other action aspects where like I've been like sprinting away from something, like I'm running away to get away from something, or like maybe there was one I had just kind of recently where like these bad guys were chasing me, and I was like in a truck, and I was like driving like to get away, you know, because they were after me or something, like, oh, I gotta get away, like you know, I'm in this little like Mexican truck, and I'm just like trying to go to the border, and yeah, that one was funny. And that one was like there was like a old saloon like in the middle of Mexico, and they did like there was like some drug deal. But then I remember I was hungry, and there was like a taco truck, and I got some tacos. But all in the while, they're still chasing me. This is the weirdest dream ever. Like, your mind just goes a trillion different ways. Like, it's like hurry up, give me my tacos, you know?
Well, they're chasing you.
Yeah, and then I didn't even eat the tacos. I didn't even eat the tacos. I think I like threw them in the back because we were being chased. And we were trying to get back to California. Oh man, yeah, it's like wild.
I had a
wild.
really goofy dream that I remember that this was long ago, back when I mowed lawns.
Yeah.
And back when I was in high school. So I was driving the Ford Courier, remember?
Yeah.
I park it at that Chevron gas station, right where that roundabout is.
Yeah.
You know, I go in to get like a soda or something, and right before I go to get my soda, because I'm filling up my gas tank, this van stops by, and this guy's all like, "I'll give you 50 cents to wipe down your truck." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, whatever. So while I'm filling up the gas tank, I go into the gas station to get something. I walk out, and everything's gone.
Oh,
I'm like, the motherfucker stole my truck.
Yeah.
I was like, you son of a bitch. Yeah. The van stole my truck.
Something always like holding you up. Something like where, and I don't know. maybe I'm sure there's like a scientist or like studies that show like
Maybe it's like preparing you for like the unknown.
yeah,
That's probably what it is. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. There must be some type of rhyme or reason behind it. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I mean, they say that dreams are important because even if you don't remember them, they're preparing you for shit, you know? So it could just be something where it's like your brain just goes, I'm just going to like just throw them for a loop on this thing and, you know,
Yeah.
get them all worked up for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like a sick, twisted joke.
Yeah. Can I segue off into this? Like a lot of what I do in CrossFit is like, and maybe you might not be like as much into strategizing or anything like that, but do you? What do they call that? For instance, like when the CrossFit Open comes around and the workout gets released. Well, you don't care because you pretty much like do the open workout like right when it's released.
Yeah.
But I normally like sleep on it. I sleep on it for
I
like a
sometimes have
night.
dreams about it.
No, I'm not talking about dreams. I'm talking about like visualizing like
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
like have you ever and I guess maybe like in your sleep or when
it's not really a dream, it's more like
you're visualizing.
Yeah, it's a really weird.
I'm sorry, I'm having a bad time.
I know.
with that.
No, it's like it's I almost put it in the category of like work solving dreams where like it's almost like pen to paper, like where you're like trying to, like your brain is actively trying to figure out the best solution.
Yeah, but you can
things.
visualize yourself
Yeah.
going through the motions, like
Yeah.
and
Or
some
figuring out what works best and what doesn't work best.
For instance, that workout that we did on Monday, it was it looked easy on paper. It looked really easy on paper. It was just 3 rounds. It was 15 burpees, 25 thrusters with an empty barbell, which is 45 pounds, and then 15 pull-ups, right? That looks easy on paper. 3 rounds, okay, yeah, no big deal. Burpees, I could do burpees all day long. Thrusters, it's just a barbell. There's no extra weight. That should be light. I should be able to. So you start to like tell yourself, hey, okay, 15 burpees, I can do that. Unbroken, no problem. 25 thrusters, like, this lightweight. So what's your thought process? I should be able to go like maybe unbroken on this. And then the pull-ups, like for me, I feel like I'm pretty proficient at pull-ups, so I should be able to do that unbroken too. But you can visualize yourself like going through those motions, and then you have to give yourself a little bit of rest, maybe in between rounds, and then you hit it again. Well, like sometimes it works. Sometimes it completely bites you in the ass. Like you're like, oh my God. After those first set of thrusters, like I'm gassed. Like maybe I visualized myself like doing this too good, and I wasn't able to like rest.
It's weird. It's not really. I wouldn't even say it's like a dream. It's more like a, almost like a simulation. Like your brain is trying to calculate like how it's going to end up being.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like trying to figure out like reality. It's really weird.
Yeah,
right?
you're going through.
Yeah.
You're like kind of daydreaming on how you're gonna
sleeping.
While how you're going to execute this type of workload.
But it's like you're doing it while you're sleeping. It's almost like daydream sleeping.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But what I can say is like
it's
the
really
more and more you do it. Like, for instance, let me just let me give you an example. It's like, you can tell yourself that you can do anything before ever doing it. Like let's say like something new, right? Let's just say you can visualize yourself. Here, I'm just gonna give you an example. We're going to build this car, and we're going to take it down to Meridian Speedway, and I can visualize myself running this race, and we're going to fucking win this race. Even though we've never had any experience on that. We've never raced before. We've never built a car before, but we can visualize ourselves winning this race.
Yeah, like daydreaming.
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
right? You can say, like, no matter, these guys are going to go into turn one, but I'm going to go faster.
But that's what I'm saying. It's weird because there is a part of your brain where when you're sleeping, you have that same type of daydream while you're sleeping.
Well, but I'm not necessarily talking about sleeping though, Max. I'm talking about just like how you said, like daydreaming, like thinking about it.
Yeah, but you said sleeping on it.
But that's CrossFit. Like
no, but I'm saying, have you ever had
because it gives you more time to figure out what you're gonna.
But have you had those nights where you've had those type of dreams where it's like daydreaming, but you're dreaming?
Okay, yeah, I have. But Max, I'm not done yet. We're going to go. I'm giving you an example with the racing thing, right? You can visualize yourself winning this race, right? I'm trying to talk about like out of left field because this is something that we have no experience on, right? Do you have experience racing?
No.
Neither do I. Are you drunk?
A little bit.
I can tell, dude. I can tell. So, okay, let me just fast forward to this part.
Okay.
What I'm trying to get at is anybody can do that. They can visualize themselves doing something. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to get at is that that in reality that's not practical, right? Because they've never done it before, and they're probably going to come in last place. Mm-hmm. This is my guess. So if the more you try and visualize and the more you learn your capacity at something that you're better at, like CrossFit, the more you train that, like it's kind of like a muscle. You can kind of like break it down more, right? So you can say, oh, okay, you know what? I do have the capacity for doing 25 thrusters in a row. Mm-hmm. But then how tired is that going to make me for the next movement? Okay, I'm going to need rest here. So then that's when you're like, okay, I'm going to break it up. I'm going to do 15 and then rest for, look up at the clock, 15, 20 seconds. And then I'm going to do 10 more. So you're visualizing this, right? Mm-hmm. So then that's when it starts to, because CrossFit is where we've done this before. So the more you visualize what you can and cannot do, it will add to your performance. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah. Well, and also the more you do the workout, the better you get at it.
Well, that's true too, but you have to go into it. I'm explaining this because, like, as a competitor mindset, and if you talk, I've listened to a lot of other podcasts where they interview athletes, Max, and they do a lot of this. They self-visualize themselves doing things, and it can be a huge benefit to them because they know what they're capable of, and if they go back on what they visualized, they'll see that their performance was better off because they visualized themselves doing that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing in sports, dude. It's a huge thing in sports.
But also, I think sometimes, well, this is just coming
I don't know. I hope it adds some value.
But yeah, no, you're right. But sometimes if you just do the workout once and you realize, okay, well, my strategy didn't work the first time, and then you start tweaking it, and then you can...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that'll never... Yeah. There's always going to be tweaks and things that happen in real life that you have to, like, overcome, spur the moment.
Yeah.
For instance, like, let's just take you for an example. You let's say you have a Mario level that you want to get, like, a world's fastest time on, right? You're going to visualize hey, when I jump onto this block, like
that's
2 seconds off, you're going to jump off, and then you're going to smash this little mushroom, and then you're going to come over, and then you're going to duck the little player around it.
Well, that's where
you visualize playing video games.
That's where I was going to come with was where that's where you have those weird dreams where you dream that.
That's
like but
daydreaming, like
no, I'm not talking about daydreaming. I'm talking about when you're sleeping, you actually have those dreams of precise movements and stuff. Like it's like imprinting. No, but I'm saying, have you ever had those dreams where it's like imprinting the data into your dream? It's really weird. It's like it's not like a random like, oh, this is a weird lucid like weird dream.
Okay, I get
like an actual like it's like daydreaming dream. That's what I was saying.
No, okay, I get what you're saying, Max.
Yeah.
But let me add to this. When you're sleeping and dreaming, you're in a different mind state. So no. Hold on. Before you interrupt me, have you ever tried? Let's say.
But it's like a realistic dream. It's really weird.
I get that, but I don't think that it's the same thing. It would be different, Max, if let's say you had a task at hand. Any task, and I said, Max, I want you to lay down on your couch, and I don't want you to fall asleep, but I want you to close your eyes so you're still awake. Like I'm closing my eyes right now, but I'm still awake. Lay down on the couch, close your eyes, and I want you to visualize what you're about to do, right? So you're still awake, your eyes are closed, and you're going in your mind.
Well,
you're thinking about what you're about to do.
Well, no,
like
this is so I
the task. That's the difference.
No. There's.
Am I right or not?
No. So the dreams I'm talking about, I think these are the dreams that we forget, are the dreams that are practical and the dreams, because experts know that dreams are used to like keep skills. Or maybe even bring up new ideas.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I think for the most part, those are the dreams that you forget because they're just mundane. They're too practical. They're too forgettable, you know. But I have caught myself in the middle of the night, like frustrated that I feel like I'm just like I've caught myself waking up at night going like, why am I working? And I wake up, I'm like, I'm not working now. Is this a dumb, stupid dream?
I know that, Max. But what I'm trying to say is I get what you're saying. When you're sleeping, when you're asleep, and you're dreaming, like that's not a correlation. I'm sorry, but it's not.
No, experts have said it is a correlation, though.
It can be in some ways, but it's not preparing you for something that you're about to do.
No, it is. It really is.
No, I don't believe so.
It's the same as daydreaming.
Max, for instance, today at the CrossFit gym, right? What did we do? We did 5 reps.
Well, yeah, but my brain.
But you didn't dream it. But
well, yeah, I know. But you just said that you sleep on the CrossFit Open workouts because you already know what they are.
I know, but I'm visualizing, and then
yeah, but you're not visualizing.
I meant that as a metaphor, Max.
I'm just saying you can't visualize a CrossFit Open workout that's going to happen this next year because you don't know what it is. But when you do know what it is, then your mind starts working.
Absolutely, yeah. That's okay.
Connecting the dots and stuff.
I can contest that.
What I'm trying to say is when you're sleeping, there's probably dreams that you don't even remember but your dreams do help you. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Yeah.
I can definitely agree to that.
I'm just saying you probably didn't realize, you said sleep.
What I meant, Max, was like, when a car salesman says, you know what, like sleep on it for a night. that means just it's going to give you 24 hours to go over all these scenarios in your head.
Yeah.
Like, can I afford this?
I get that.
Do I
get
really
that.
want this car?
No, I
but
was
then
just
those dreams that you have that night can be
random
about
yeah, I
you
know.
being a monster with
I know.
fucking
I
flamingo
know.
legs. Like,
No, I know. I get that you meant that as just a metaphor, but I was trying to bring up the fact that sometimes it actually means something, you know? Sometimes
it very well could be.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you very well could have you 100% could have a dream about
That car.
that car or that workout or that game you're about to play or yeah, but that's what I was segueing into is just like I don't know, we kind of got off on a rabbit hole on that one. But you know
No,
what I mean?
I
I
get
think
what
I
you
think
mean.
the topic of today is more so or less like geez, I don't even know how to describe it. How do you describe it? Like, maybe your mind on how it works when, in all different aspects, like when you're dreaming, when you're visualizing yourself doing something. Sometimes, like for instance, today was 5x1 clean and jerk.
Mhm.
What if the load that you ended with today, like, have you ever just like right before you're about to hit this lift, you go over, sit on a box, you close your eyes, and you visualize yourself
Yeah, you
hitting
think,
the clean,
yeah, or you think about it. Or
and then you're like, okay,
yeah.
when I'm
No,
at the
it
top,
is.
I'm going to explode with my legs and hips as hard as I possibly can to get the barbell as far off my
Yeah.
shoulders as possibly can, and then I'm going to lock out, and then I'm going to go into this beautiful split jerk position, and I'm going to receive the barbell on full lockout, and then I'm going to stand it up, and it's going to be a PR.
Yeah. Or
Right?
you think about it. Yeah, you daydream about it. Or what I like to do in the moment is you try to practice, you know, with the air. Or, you know, you try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Or
go,
you
or
try to,
that's what's called like,
yeah,
you're going
trying
through
to,
the
like,
motions.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
Or you're preparing yourself to, like, do it.
yeah, like when we're playing hockey, like you have an air stick, right? You're gonna deke to the left, you're gonna deke to the right, and then the goaltender is gonna follow you over, but then you're gonna do a toe drag, and then you're gonna flip it into the empty net, right? That's visualization of you doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna go out and try and execute that. But once again, you can visualize yourself doing something, but in reality, like, it may or may not happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's a muscle.
I know. Yeah.
I think that's a muscle up here
It
that
is.
you have to like train to.
And you're
to-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, if you really, you are right. Like, if you could really think, I mean, seriously, like, if you could just really believe in yourself and think, all right, like, I could fucking do this if I just, if I execute the movements right, you know, you really get your mind set in it, and, like, I could fucking do this, you know, like, pump yourself up. Yeah, you're probably going to do it. But then
Yeah.
if you had the mindset of, well,
Most of the time, you're not.
well, let's just give this a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work out.
And
know?
but the overwhelming rush of the body where, and sometimes you do have to tell your mind like, hey, I visualize this, I'm having doubts, shut that out, and we're gonna grip it and rip it, and like, let's see what the fuck happens. And if you come on top, do you know the sense of rush that comes through your body when
yeah.
you just conquered something that you
Yeah.
had no idea
Yeah,
that you
you're
were going to be able to
shaking.
do it, right?
Yeah, you're
And
literally
everyone's
shaking.
cheering you on and giving you high fives all around,
Yeah,
and all the chicks
Yeah,
come
it's
around
fun.
you and give you a big old hug or a little kiss on the cheek or something.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
See, yeah. So I don't know, man. There's just, you can dive into that subject like forever.
Last topic.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie on the spot, right now? No second chance. Go.
Heavyweights.
Yeah.
All right.
Heavyweights. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that movie.
Well,
That's a great movie.
now that my brain is flooding me with more information, I could rifle off about 5 other ones. But let me explain why. I think it's like the true underdog story, Disney Channel movie or Disney movie. It relates back to childhood. There was
VHS tapes.
Well, it's just the ultimate like summer camp, you know, like even though it was meant for these type of like, you know, heavyweights, you know, like AKA like kind of like overweight kids.
It is a feel-good movie because they're like, you know, there's a point in time where they're like, oh man, we're just like fat and useless. But then they like redeem themselves.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a cool movie.
Yeah,
you know?
and then you know, Ben Stiller's like the villain, right?
Yeah.
And there's just it's funny. It's an underdog story. You know, at the very end they prevail. They ride go-karts. That was the first time I'd ever seen what was called the Blob, and you wanted to do, and they have like this super hot nurse, and they can't play baseball, and the guy's like whacking him the guy's like swinging a bat and whacking himself in the back of the head with the bat, and it's just like,
it's total 90s, dude.
Oh,
It's just,
yeah.
It has 90s just written all over it.
yeah,
It's
dude,
a great movie.
yeah, 3, 2, 1, go, bam, heavyweights, hands down, probably one of my favorite movies. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, dude.
It's just a feel-good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know, and we can quote that movie all day long.
Oh, from front to
Like,
back.
Yeah, like what's your favorite quote from the movie?
Oh, nobody's seen more butts than you, Uncle Tony.
What does he say after that? I can't remember.
or
He's like, you sick monkey or
Or-
something.
yeah,
No, he says you sick mother.
No,
or something like that.
no,
Doesn't he say something you sick or?
no, that was when he's like when they were doing like the sit up challenge, and then the guy puts his butt in Ben Stiller's face, and he's like, no.
Oh no, he's just like, ugh.
Oh, you disgust me, and then he like, and then he like hits him in his hamstrings. Or my favorite when like they're doing the weigh-in, he's like, Gerald Gardner, step up on the scale, kid.
And he's like, you
like,
weigh 5 more pounds.
You've gained 5 pounds. Have you been cheating?
And then he calls someone else,
Like,
right?
okay. Yeah, so and so, step on the scale, pal. He steps on the scale. He's like, get off the scale. Turn off the cameras. And then he just goes on this big long rant, dude. It's just like hilarious. Oh my god, you'd have to see it to understand. It's just I would say that's probably one of my favorite movies. Like that's one of my favorite movies. Like from childhood. Yeah. Like, and it's still, I own the movie. It's just.
My favorite quote is when they get the new instructors or like the new
Lars.
Yeah, and he's like, my name's Lars, and they're all like laughing like where are you from? Far away. And they're like, okay.
They're like, Lars, what kind of name is that? Where are you from? And then he steps up to him. He's like, far away. I don't know. You have to see it.
Or remember the deadly meat?
Oh, look, a deli meat.
Like,
yeah, he bends it in half and just like launches it across the room.
It's so funny.
And he's like, my job is to eliminate all temptations from your lives. And then he has a little like laser, and he's like, it makes a little noise, and then he like pulls out all these like suckers out of their
like candies.
Yeah. And then the one kid from England like try to sneak in a bunch of like chocolate
all
underneath
melted.
his shirt and it melted.
And they all start like grabbing.
He's like, "Oh, I knew it got a little too hot in that bus."
They all start eating off
Yeah.
of him.
Like, "Oh, look, England guy's got chocolate." They start fucking dogpiling on top of him, eating off his chest. It's so gross. Oh,
Or the one where they wake up in the morning with the guy.
Good morning,
with-
campers.
yeah. And the one kid's like, "Where am I?" He's like,
I'm in heaven.
"I'm in heaven." And he's like,
Today's yeah, he's like, "Good morning, campers. Today's
winner."
motto is value. Do you have any? No, but you will." And he's like, we're gonna be skilled
Or skinny winners.
we're skinny winners. He's like, and then the kid wakes up, skinny wieners. I don't know. You
It's
have to
such
be there.
a funny
You have to be.
movie.
Oh, you're making my face hurt, dude. I'm laughing so hard.
Or I don't know. Or at the end when Ben Stiller's all like confronting the parents at the end,
Oh, yeah.
he's all like crushing the
The glass bottles.
yeah, the glass bottles. He's like walking like
You're too weak, and I'm too strong. He's like,
so dumb. And my parents is like, "You are out of your mind."
oh
The
man.
whole movie is just so
Or
fucking
when they're
hilarious.
sneaking into Tony Perkis's like house and
yeah,
they
like
find
one
all
of
the
farts.
the letters, and the kid's like, he farts. And the kid's like,
and Ben Stiller's all like, like he hears it.
oh,
Oh.
dude, we can quote that movie all day. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
The other favorite part is like when they're headed towards the camp, and the bus driver's like, "Oh, let's go to Taco Bell." He's like, and they're like, "Yeah," and then he turns away, and they're like, "Whoa."
yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, that dude, there's just too many to quote.
There's too much
Yeah.
to even quote.
Yeah.
That is such a funny movie.
He's like, what when the rep is showing the parents like about Camp Hope. And he's like, and the kid's like, I'm not gonna go to summer camp.
Like, hey, they're
I'm
all
not,
fat like me.
you know, like oh yeah, he's like
Hey.
it's a fat camp. Are you kidding? No way. He's like, and then he goes to his dad. He's like, you're fatter than I am. Why don't you go to the? And then the mom's like, or the guy's like, I think we need to have a little powwow, and then we'll let you know. And then the kid's like, I'll tell you right now, I'm not going.
And then,
And then the airplane's like, shh. He's like on his way to fat camp.
Yeah, that's great storytelling when it's like, I'm not going, and then shows the
just the
airplane taking
airplane.
off.
And then the kid in the airplane, he's like,
You going to fat camp?
he's like, my name's Roy. You going to fat camp? And the kid's like, no. And he's like, is that your dad? No. Why do you say that? Because he's fat too. And then he's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to fat camp. And then he's like, I knew it. And that's your dad too, right? And he's like, hell no. Like, yeah, I don't know, dude. Okay, enough of that. You just have. If anybody hasn't ever seen Heavyweights, do yourself a favor and fucking watch that movie.
Well, freaking. What cracked me up was his dad looked like Dr. Phil.
He did. His dad, yeah, he looked straight like Dr. Phil.
Oh man. Okay, so here's final question.
Okay.
Since you still have another beer, Okay, so what's your second best movie, you think?
Well, okay, so
So
I can
there's
already
heavyweights.
rifle off. You have
Movies
to be
that
more,
you like. I don't know. That you
Well, I
like,
think-
that you enjoy watching over and over again.
Well, I can name off a handful, and
Well,
the first ones that come to mind, Max, and you are very familiar with these movies. Like
Tremors.
well, yes, Tremors. Tremors is just it's up there.
Mhm.
That's like number 2, if not number 1.
I'd say
That's
that's
a hard.
number 2.
That's a hard bargain. But two totally different genres.
Yeah. No, but like one that doesn't, not like.
I mean, you have it
Yeah,
over there. You have it
Tremors.
over there too. I guarantee you know the third one, and it's up there.
Wait, what's the? Oh, Bloodsport.
Yeah, dude, you know me too well.
Bloodsport's great,
Dude,
man.
Bloodsport is like dude. You have those. But we grew up watching
Yeah,
those movies,
yeah.
like Jean-Claude Van Damme just being a fucking stud,
Yeah.
being able to do the splits and just like kicking ass.
Yeah, that's a fucking awesome movie.
Frank Duke's like, dude, like
That movie's more funny just because we know the lines and stuff, but it's not really a funny movie. It's just, I don't know. It's more of like I still watch it today, and I'm like just impressed with like how they impressed with the stunts.
yeah.
You know?
Well, Max, I think you have okay. I can already see right here. You have all the good ones. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of good ones. Yeah.
dude, name them off. Like
Men in
All
Black.
American.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, like me, you, Dad, Mom probably doesn't like it much, but like, dude, we grew up watching First Blood.
Mhm.
Sylvester
First Blood's
Stallone.
great. Yeah.
Cliffhanger, same
Mhm.
thing, dude. Like all of those like badass American actor, like just kick-ass movies.
Remember
you know, like
Daylight?
oh, that one was a good one too. Yeah.
They're stuck in the tunnel.
I would say modern day movies.
Or I'm just talking about just like movies, like more like I'd say more like Academy Award winning movies, like movies that are like meant to be good.
I would say probably one of my favorites, and if it's on TV, no matter where it's at, I'll watch 100% every time. Like Shawshank Redemption is
Okay.
a phenomenal movie, dude. I love that movie. Just the
I've-
storyline around it. Is just
I've
something.
never seen that movie from start to beginning,
From start to beginning.
I mean from start to end.
Yeah.
I've only saw it on the TV.
Okay. Yeah.
Have
Phenomenal.
you seen
Yep.
it?
Yep. I've
Oh,
seen
okay.
it. But then again, that's an old movie. Like.
Well, yeah, but that's a good movie. I mean, it's a good movie technically, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we never grew up. We never did like superheroes or anything like that.
No, we're more like realistic movies.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, the original Ninja Turtles is really good. I played the VHS until it stopped working.
You really did, and we didn't even have the cover for it.
No.
It was just a rogue VHS
Yeah,
tape,
and it just had the little like
Yeah.
the
and
you
it
know,
just literally stopped working.
yeah, I wore it out.
It might even got eaten up in one of our VHS tapes.
Like one of those, yeah, the rewinder,
Yeah.
like broke the film loose at one point.
I'm trying to think
I'm
of
very much old school like that.
like any war movies. Like, what's your favorite war movie?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a real true story or not, but like
Well, not
Enemy
if
at
it's
the
true
Enemy
or
at the
not.
Gates was really good. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
Ooh, that's a really good movie. That's a really good movie.
Mm.
Lone Survivor fucking hits
Lone
hard.
Survivor's good.
That one
Yeah.
hits hard, yeah.
That one's good.
What was the one with Mark Wahlberg on Murph? That one's intense.
Yeah, that's Lone Survivor.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I got sucked into that movie here at your house a couple months
Yeah,
back.
that's a good movie. Yeah.
Like, hey Max, what's up? Oh shit, Lone Survivor's on. Oh, guess we're gonna watch the whole thing.
That's a tearjerker because
Yeah, that
at the
one's-
very end of the movie, they show you all the people, all the soldiers that
Yeah,
passed
oh,
away,
dude,
and
yeah,
you're
that
like,
brings a tear to my-
Wow, like, yeah, you're like, fuck.
What's that other one? The Benghazi.
12 hours? Is that
Yeah,
what it's
oh,
called?
yeah,
that's a
that
good
one's-
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
Yeah, that one's screwed up. That's, the 12
That one-
hours, because I think that came out, I can't remember, 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. But that's when you realize, like, Obama fucked up. Like, his administration didn't do jack shit for those guys.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And then Romney dropped the ball. He didn't win the election. We're like, God damn it.
Well, you know more about that than I do. I
Yeah.
try to stay out of
But
politics.
I
but,
don't know.
Yeah.
There's a little history lesson why Donald Trump ran in 2015, because Romney was supposed to win.
I remember that part.
He
Yeah.
completely dropped the ball. He failed in the second debate, like, big time.
I kind of remember that. Yeah, he just kind of was
He
got
wimped
caught,
out.
caught-
He wimped out.
got caught on his heels. And
Yeah,
didn't,
the debater was lied, and he didn't call her out, and we all knew she lied. And, yeah, he just got stomped over.
yeah,
Romney
that-
lost the 2012 election. He was, honestly, because of Benghazi, that was supposed to be a walk in the park, and he threw it away.
No, like I said, you know more
Yeah.
about that than I do. But
Anyways,
yeah,
if you hate Donald Trump, you got to blame Romney for not winning the 2012 election.
well, I don't know. Look, can't go back now. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Damn. Like I said, my list is very vague when it comes to those types of I just simply don't watch a whole lot of TV and/or shows.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm really much into cars, dude. When we went to go see Ford versus Ferrari, that was a great movie.
Still have not seen that.
Yeah, you did. You went with us.
No, I was not with you guys.
Oh, you didn't see
No,
that?
no, no. I wasn't with. I think I was
Oh.
working.
Ford versus Ferrari is a great movie,
I'll
man.
have to check it out.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. What's the most recent movie I saw in the theaters? It was. Oh, you know what movie was a fucking trip? Was probably one of the scariest movies I ever saw, and it was a documentary, and that shit scared the fucking me. Was Free Solo? Remember when we watched Free Solo?
Oh shit!
And I had cold sweats. Like my hands didn't even work anymore. I didn't even know your palms could sweat, but they did.
Dude, just talking about it right now makes my palms sweat.
Yeah, dude, that was scary. I was on edge. I think my shoulders and my neck was tight. I just after that movie, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel the same?
Yeah. All I remember from the movie was he had that one section where he was hanging on by his like little tiny,
Yeah, and he had to traverse
And then-
by like switching over to his thumb,
Yeah.
and then he had to like cross his legs.
Well, yeah, he had to like do all this weird fucking shit with his hands, and then he had to like do a karate kick, right?
Yeah,
And like there was like a 50-50 chance of him failing.
yeah.
Like it was that, like he just kept practicing it, and
dude, yeah, that gets me.
Yeah.
Look, my hands are already clammy.
Oh fuck!
My hands are already clammy from that, dude.
But yeah, he practiced that, and during the documentary, they're like, "Here it comes," and then he nails it, and then he's like, "Hell yeah!" He's like, "All right, guys, I'm in the home stretch or whatever."
Yeah.
And they zoom out, and he's
he's
only
still,
like
like, half-
and he's only like 10% there.
Done.
You're like,
Yeah.
what? He's like, all right, this is gonna be a walk in the park. You're like, dude, you still have like 4 hours left.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an insane movie, like documentary, man. It just like, Yeah, I was so tense.
And you felt bad for his friends that were filming it because they're like, they're potentially filming his death.
Yeah, that was just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Probably the last movie I saw in theater was the new Top Gun, which was a good movie. That was a good movie.
I thought it was good. Jensen didn't.
No?
No, if you watch the podcast. I was kidding.
Oh, I need to watch the rest of the 2 hours of it.
I would say the last hour was pretty good.
It was what? I thought that was like the cheesiest part.
Oh, the last hour?
Yeah, like, oh, okay. You're going to go into enemy lines and you're going to like...
No, I was talking about the podcast.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, I was talking about the podcast. I was criticizing. I don't know. Nothing to do with Jensen, but I was rewatching that podcast, and I didn't realize how many times I said like.
Oh.
I said like a million times. I was like.
Oh, have you? Well, you're redeeming yourself right now.
Like, I sounded like a Valley, California girl. I was like, fuck, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, I remember last time when I watched back on our podcast, I said a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was trying to like.
I didn't even notice that.
I was trying to limit that, just because at some points it was getting boring and I didn't like it. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, you didn't say too much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that Top Gun. I like Top Gun.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie.
The whole movie was good.
Yeah.
My two favorite movies. I don't know. I'm trying to think. My two favorite movies recently have been Braveheart and The Patriot. Those are good movies.
Oh wow, yeah, throwing it back early 2000s, right?
No,
even 99s,
like 90s, yeah.
Like late 90s.
Those are great movies, man. Same actor, Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Stupid.
Oh my
Matt Damon.
Thanks to South Park, right? Yeah.
Gibson. It doesn't even make any sense.
Oh man, too funny, dude. I don't know.
Matt Gibson.
Yeah.
RollerCoaster Tycoon.
Oh no, are you gonna go there? What? That was out of left field, dude. Man, that was so much out of left field.
Dude, I swear to God, this guy's the master at RollerCoaster Tycoon. Eddie, my brother,
yeah.
He was the best of the best. But
I should have been an engineer, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, the internet YouTube didn't exist back in the early 2000s. But this man right here, you're looking at the best RollerCoaster Tycoon.
As I say, I don't like to play games, but that was a different game. That was like on the computer.
Yeah, you were a fucking master at that game.
Dude,
Micro Park. Talk about your Micro Park.
Ooh, Micro Park, yeah. I liked to make my levels look like the most like spaghetti. Like, I bought every inch of land that you could buy. I would make like hella roller coasters underground, on top of ground. Like, they had the walkways just going any which way they could. I spent way too many hours on that game.
Dude, when you showed me your Micro Park, remember it was like 4 squares or some shit like that, or like 6 squares or something? Dude, it blew my fucking mind. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it just like, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah. Yeah, I played that game a lot, man. We always grew up playing playing with Legos and things like that, and
it was
I feel like that's kind of like a pretty good direct correlation.
Yeah,
and I really enjoyed designing roller coasters and things like that. Boy, talk about a dream job, right? Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine being a roller coaster designer? And like, man, well, I'm sure like there's a hell of a lot more that goes into that, but in rudimentary stages, I felt like you could kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, that was one of the games that I spent a lot of time on RollerCoaster Tycoon. I wasn't a dick like you and just like had a like everybody would get on the roller coaster and then you'd put some water at the exit and they would all drown afterwards.
I was a complete. Well, I was a kid, okay.
That's a dick move.
I would just kill everyone, or I'd make the most lame roller coaster where it was like woo woo, and then that was it,
Yeah.
just to excite them just a little bit to like keep going.
Or maybe you weren't this bad, but I remember our neighbor.
Man,
I remember our neighbor. Our neighbor Brandon would trap a bunch of people in like a little like walkway and see how mad they would get. We throw up all over the place, like gross, like, or like have a roller coaster that like didn't have an ending, so it would just like do a little loop and then it would fly off the tracks and everyone would die.
Yeah, I would do that all the time.
Oh, that's just...
Or I was bad, dude. I was one of those people who just kept like taking out loans until I ran out of loan money or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like would build like the dumbest roller coaster.
And then you wouldn't.
And then-
no wonder your
And I'm like,
park would fail.
and then I'm like, Eddie, why did my park fail? It's like, well, you spent all your money on this dumbass roller coaster that no one likes.
Yeah. I never ended up beating the game. There was still like, they had like fucked up levels where they had like 5 roller coasters that were like partially made, and then you had to complete them.
Oh.
It was almost impossible. Like no matter what you did, they were either like too extreme, so nobody would ride them, or they had to be a certain distance, and then they were still too extreme, so then nobody would ride them. And it was like a couple. I don't even know. Is there an ending to that game? What happens if you win every single level? Have you ever looked that up?
I haven't. I don't know. I honestly think nothing happens.
So you just walk around with street cred?
Yeah. That's what happened back in the day. You just walk around going, hey, check this out, babe.
Yeah,
I beat every single level in the game. Want to, go in the bedroom?
This is big dick energy right here.
This is big dick energy. Hey,
You're a geek. I'm a geek. Fuck it. I beat RollerCoaster Tycoon. You beat Zook Tycoon.
Or you just make it realistic. You're like, hey, I'm a roller coaster designer, and I beat the market.
Oh my God. Okay, enough of that. You're ridiculous, dude. You're drunk and it's late. All right, we're going to end it on that note.
All right, you want to end it. All right.
Yeah, dude. Well, hey, Max. Dude, cheers, brother. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Always
Right, dude.
Always love talking to you, man. So I really appreciate you having me, setting
good.
everything up.
An hour and 53 minutes is good.
Cool. Yeah,
right,
I'm stoked with that. I think we have some
thanks.
good content on it. So thank you.
Thanks for watching. See you Saturday.